weighed it. This is heavy.
Yeah. 1 out of 16 people in Aberdeen are homeless. So there's about 1,000 people in a town of 16,000 who are homeless. And this is a place where people often end up. This is the largest encampment in Aberdeen and probably one of the oldest. There's probably 100, 150 people camping here right now. A lot of people are young. That's something that's...
In this encampment?
Yeah.
So they're millennial?
Yeah, between 18 and 35.
Between 18 and 35.
It's probably the largest demographic here.
So in this encampment, black, mostly?
No, mostly white. Mostly white.
I think Liz was telling me in America there are 12 million vacant homes.
Somewhere around there.
That's enough for every homeless person to have 6 houses.
6 houses, right.
And we have a lot of empty homes in Grays Harbor County.
Right.
It's just a lot of rundown real estate that's just sitting. And just sitting.
Okay.
And a lot of people with nowhere to go.
How far does this go all the way down?
It goes a quarter of a mile.
A quarter of a mile.
Yeah, I'm staying up at the church.
What's this? What's it?
Targets so you can throw knives at it.
Throwing board.
Okay.
Yeah.
Throwing board.
Throw knives, hatchets, whatever.
Some of us are just insane and we do this for pastime.
No, brother.
Not meant to hurt nobody.
That ain't insane. I understand. But I want to show this to Congress. And what I want to do is juxtapose it with Alabama. I want to say we cannot keep racializing this stuff and just deal with the fact, the racism, the classism, all of it together, because this is...
Yeah.
Yeah, and you live with this.
Yeah.
She's here right
I come to
with
visit.
us
A lot of
time.
us wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for Pastor Sarah.
Yep.
That's the truth.
That's the
She's
truth.
been with us all the way for quite a while.
Through a
We
lot
all
of
love
shit.
her.
Yep.
Hell and back.
Well,
Yeah, to hell and back, for
hell
sure.
and back. Well,
Basically dedicates her whole life to us.
Yeah. Well, one of my mentors, James Cone, died.
Yes, I
And
know.
one of the things Dr. Cone said is the truth of the matter
He
is
introduced me
God
to
is
liberation theology.
where the oppressed and the poor are.
That's right.
And many of us have decided we can no longer stay quarantined in pulpits. We've got to be where people are until, if folk don't change, it's not going to be because they didn't know.
Right.
We're going to put this right in front of the nation. But this would be the step down.
Yes, most people don't never get it. They just like they're gonna slip.
That's it.
That was my steps down. I had to set iron and set over that right on the guards there.
And is that the pipe for the heat?
The pipes, hooked to my wood stove.
Okay.
I got a wood stove.
Wood stove.
Cooktop wood stove. So.
Who's that flag? Who has that?
That's old man Rick. He's been here the longest.
Well, see, that it's interesting in that flag. That blue is supposed to mean justice.
I'll try to say it.
Right.
And this in an unjust land, it's like a war land, and it has nothing to do with we don't have it. We've got more than we need. This country.
Yeah.
The poverty in Grays Harbor is almost as large as the poverty in Mississippi.
Right.
Because all of the southern states are around 20%, which they try to always say is primarily, that's what we're trying to break through, because it's by design the way this stuff has been racialized. But in this county, it's almost 20, it's 18, over 18%.
And the people in this county die 5 years sooner than any other county in the state because their life expectancy is lower.
People, the higher ups, as I grew up calling them, why they point their fingers at the poor and the homeless.
Right.
Me personally, I'm 20 years old.
Right.
And 20 and a half now. Been out on these streets for 5 years and 1 year in Colorado.
So that means 5 years since you were 15 years old.
6 years. I've been on the streets
14, since you were 14.
a week before my 14th birthday.
People rely on each other to survive.
Okay,
So they take care of each other for the most part. Although if people want to target the camp, they start here.
Okay.
Because they think that people are most vulnerable. So we're kind of in the middle. This is the largest the camp has been in a long time. Yeah, and there's been a lot of pushback from the community. We've had some vigilante groups come down to try to push people out, and that's still kind of happening right now.
So I was wondering, if I might ask, I see the flag, and I know this is native, a lot of native, indigenous. Is there any particular reason why you don't have anything?
There's a few Marines here in this camp, so
So they're Marines
not only in camp, not only natives, but there's Marines and
in the camp.
there's, you know, high respect for that.
Yeah, people who fought for this country, but the country's not fighting for them in some ways.
In some ways they could step up.
Okay.
But then again, a lot of these men that do that, maybe they just want off the grid right now. It's hard to get back into a government that is ungrateful.
Exactly. Okay. Were you veteran?
Yeah, there's a lot of announcements on camera.
I got you. Is there the longest person that's been, older person that's been
You're looking at it.
looking
Yeah.
at
You've been down here a while.
5 years,
5 years?
5 winners.
5 years.
6
5 winners.
6, yeah.
6 now.
6.
Okay. If I had a chance, or if I had a place, and it was a group of persons that should be making a difference, and you were going to speak to them, say in DC or something, what would you say to them about this and the nation, what they ought to be doing?
I would turn around and I would say, you know, before you come down here and cast stones in a glass home, walk them out on their shoes for a minute. See where they've been. See what they go through. Walk with them for, you know, a week or so or something. Come down here and taste the life that they live before they start casting stones of any kind or
Blaming the poor.
blame this, blame that. Look how hard it is for some people, or some of the reasons they're here. Get a deep look into their life and why they're here before you even start to get all upset at something they can't even begin to fathom.
You know, because they like to say, they think that homeless and poor people on some kind of glorified vacation, you know, like the personal morals.
You know, it's hard work. It's hard work to be homeless, really.
Yeah, it
You
is.
have to struggle every day to day, just to meet your daily needs. Just hygiene, just to shower, eat. It's rough. We got to work our asses off to do
Not
this.
to mention, you
And
have to
then-
keep up with your structure, build your structure.
Yeah, because
make sure that you stay dry, warm.
we grab it, we build our stuff out of what's basically what we garbage pick, and you know, so it's rough. The weatherizing, all that. We just need better housing.
Just better housing.
Better housing.
Another thing to open your eyes to this area down here, when men get out of the service, we're overqualified for jobs. What is overqualified?
What is it? That's
It's
right.
their polite way of saying they don't want to take the risk to employing you due to the fact that you have PTSD or whatever.
Right.
Coming from a violent war, you're programmed to do one thing. It's like, well, I'm home to deprogram, and they said how I'm supposed to do it.
Right.
But I could not, for the life of me, for months, getting first out of the service, and I seen the same thing with a lot of men.
Same thing.
Could not find a job because we're overqualified.
Overqualified.
We were in charge of $1 million machinery, guns,
Right.
everything, but we can't flip a burger, wash a car, or
And you want to.
you know,
Right.
just to work.
Just to work.
Get back into society,
Right.
man. I got agoraphobia, man. I get around too many people like this right now.
Yeah.
It's making me very nervous.
Right,
You know,
right,
people,
right.
people making me very nervous because people are sheepish, panicky things, but by the good Lord's grace, I'm learning how to get past that.
Pastor.
I don't pack a rifle, tags, or a gun anymore, or a knife. I try not to be violent. I try to reach out and touch people, and every one of these kids that I can change,
Yeah.
that feels great.
Pretty good. No health care. None of the health care comes in here.
Oh no, we have terrible health care.
That's what
Yeah,
I'm saying.
it
That you don't have access
Yeah,
They gotta do
access to health care is almost non-existent
to.
here.
Almost non-existent.
Yeah.
This is third world, pretty
Yeah.
much,
Yeah.
Yeah.
or fourth, fifth world,
world.
depending on how you look at it and how deep.
It's weird,
far you
man.
look into
They
it.
just start recently doing it. They start driving down here with police escorts now to pick up people for the ambulance, and I'm looking at them like,
We're
Yeah.
down
what do you
here.
need the escort for?
Right.
There's somebody sick down here.
Would
You
you-
look over there, there's a memorial cross where my younger brother died this winter.
Here.
He had a heart attack or a stroke due to freaking pneumonia that he couldn't get to the doctor in time. But we kept trying to get him up there, and every time we sent him up there, they sent him back
Yeah.
with no antibiotics. Gave him a couple ibuprofen and said, "Oh, you'll get better." That's how they treat people down here. And he ended up having pneumonia so bad that he coughed so hard it caused a stroke in his head. I believe.
Would as a minister, have you been there? I'm asking because I don't want to do anything, but I would like to pray near there with
Yeah.
you. Is that all right?
Yeah, the Indian families have already paid their shaker church, so
Would you mind?
yeah, go ahead.
poverty. That's a cross I wear of the bishop, but I want y'all to have it out here. I promise you I'll make sure the nation knows.
Thank you.
I promise you that.
Just let them know that there is people that need help down here, and most of all, there's youth that need better influence, and that's why I
Stay. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, my friend. Yes, sir.